Hello everyone, it's Judy from Coffee Cookies and Books, and today what we're going to do is we're going to be picking my crazy June TBR. You're not going to want to miss this one. I'll see you on the other side. Hello, so great to see you again. Oh boy, this is going to be a crazy TBR choosing. So I have decided, which I know I'm crazy, we're going to do another readathon in the month of June. So we're going to be coming off the Escape the Readathon, which I'm still participating in as this video is shot, and rolling right along. I have read a ton of books for the month of May. So what we're going to be moving into is the Amazing Readathon. And this one is created by Bree from Four Paws and a Book. And I will link the video for the readathon below because if you want to participate, it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, I will link Bree's channel as well. She's somebody I follow quite regularly. And then I'm also going to put the links in for the two people that are leading the team that I'm on. I have chosen to be on the Steelwatchers team. There are 4 competing teams and 1 non-competing team. So if you watch the video, you'll understand it. And I have chosen to go into the competing team because I think I'll be able to keep up, but you know, we shall see. And in the way that the game works is the teams are moving from place to place on a 3-day cycle. So it's kind of designed a little bit like the Amazing Race. So the idea is you get a prompt, you get 3 days. Hopefully you read your book within that 3-day window. And then you move on to the next prompt and the next location. You have to complete your previous prompt though before you can move. The problem is that your team doesn't get credited the same amount of points if you don't read it within that 3-day window. So there is a lot of pressure. Now that's why there is 1 non-competing team. So you just want to have fun and you just want to read for the prompts, then you join the non-competing team, which I think that's really great that there is that option. So as I said, I'm on Steelwatchers. And so what I've done is I'm going to put the thing up. I'll put it up over here because all of my books are on this side. So basically there are 10 prompts. Now, we have been given the prompts. We just don't know what order they're going to be in. So basically there's just a list and we have to pick our books, and I'm basically kind of pre-picking my books. And then that's going to lead into when each prompt comes up, then you've got the books pre-chosen basically. Then once you're inside your location, and let's say you read your book really quick, and that could happen in some instances, especially there's one of the prompts is a short book. So the thought is that definitely you could read that really fast. I mean, I can read a short book in one night, and then basically you have the option, there's 5 more prompts that they're going to give you that are just kind of featured location type prompts. And I think that's really a lot of fun because it just kind of adds to what you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this TBR in 2 parts, basically. We're going to go over the main room prompts and the alternate books that I've chosen. So basically for every main room prompt, there's 2 books. So that's for a total of 20. Doesn't mean I'm going to read the 20, and I will explain it as we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to choose another 15 books randomly from my group behind me, just like we did for May. And those are just going to be extra books that we're going to have available that I will choose from if I can fit in extra reads, or if I decide I don't want to read any of these and those books happen to fit into the extra prompts. So a lot of that is going to depend on timing, because some of the books I have chosen aren't short. And if I don't think I'm going to finish it in 3 days, then maybe I'll pick a different book. So, and that's also one of the reasons that we have alternates for each of them. So essentially, when we're done, there's going to be 35 books chosen. So in order to make this go quickly, I am not going to give you full descriptions on each of these books. We're just going to do just kind of quick synopses of them and why I picked them to fit the particular prompts, especially the first 20. Okay, so what we'll do is we will start with our prompts and we'll go across the list so you can see. We'll go from top left and across and then down. And then the way that they're down the side is they're on the left side first and they go from in the same direction down, and then on the right side they go down. So you can see them all here fairly clearly. Now, one thing I did want to mention is that if you have any questions at all, you know, Bree is fantastic. She is always there to answer your questions, but she has created, which you will have access to, this wonderful document. And this document has everything in it, including how you get your points, because there are bonus points as well. You also get what's called power-up cards, and you can apply, you get 5 of them. So obviously you can't apply them to all 10 of your book, your travel prompts, but half of them you can apply these cards to, which is really, really good. So I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. Oh, and my 2 team leaders are Lexi from Books with Lexi and Kirsten from The Reading Nymph. So I will also link them below. They are the leaders for the Steelwatchers teams. Every team has 2 team leaders. Okay, so let's start with the first prompt that we were given. Again, don't know what order they are, so I'm just reading them off in the order they were given to us. So that would be our cozy books. So I've chosen my main one as My Roommate is Vampire. Now, one of the reasons that I put this on is because this is one of the books that is in my list for my 25 must-reads for 2025. So I thought, well, I'll put this one on, and it is a really short read. It's 300 pages, so should be pretty quick for a cozy book. But the other one I chose as an alternate, which also could be used as sort of a secondary read, is The Assistant to the Villain. So I have wanted to get to this one for some time. Again, I think it's only a little over a 300-page book, so pretty quick. I think it appears to be a pretty quick read. So those are the 2 that I have chosen. I think both are kind of cozy fantasy with a little bit of romance, I think, in both of them. So those were the ones that I chose for that. Okay, so then the next one is choose a book with romance in it. So I picked 2 books that I've had for quite some time, romance books I have not read from either author, believe it or not. So the main one is Ali Hazelwood, and it is Love Theoretically. And this one is one of my buzzword challenge books, which was why I picked it. And then this one is Funny Story from Emily Henry. Never read one of her books either. I've had it on my TBR for quite some time. So I thought, well, it's kind of perfect. The 2 of them are perfect. And again, they're romances, which for me read pretty fast. I don't think that they'll clog me up in the 3-day reading window. So fingers crossed on that one. So those are the two that I picked for that. Then next we have green cover. So this one, now I could have picked Jade City, but I didn't want to pick something like that because I already had quite a few fantasies, like heavy duty fantasies. So what I chose was, the main one is How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying, which this is, again, another one of my must reads for 2025. So that was why I picked this one. This is the main one. And again, it's like a 300-page book, a little over 300 pages. Looks like a super easy read. That was one of the reasons why I picked it. Then the alternate I picked is Life After Death. This is the second book in the series. The first one was Death by Fire by F.C. Muir, and I really wanted to read this one, so I picked it up. And of course, you can see this is the green cover. This is probably more of a green cover than this one is, but this one has the different shades going to dark. So those were the two that I picked for our green cover. And I think this one is kind of like fantasy with a bit of romance in it, not very much. This one I think is just a fantasy. I can't even remember the details of it, but I know I bought it because I thought it sounded like something I would find interesting to read. So out of those two there. Okay, then the next one is something with a low rating you think you'll love. So I have two books that don't have the highest ratings, but I think I'm going to like them. One is one that I soft DNF in April, and that is Godblind, and it is on my one of my BuzzRead challenges is this one. So I really want to get this one done. Now I did start it. This is a fairly intense fantasy, not a super long book. I think it's only like 400 pages, around about that, but it's pretty intense, has a lot of different points of view. And I was in a place in April where I just didn't want to get into, like, I was like, you know what, not ready to read this, put it aside. But my intention was to go back to it in June. So really want to read this one. That's why I put this one on for low ratings. This actually does have very low ratings, but also doesn't have a lot of ratings, which is kind of surprising because it seems like a really great, it's a 3-book series, so it seems like really great, but it is a very grim, dark fantasy, and that's not for everybody. I do like that, so that's number one. The other one I picked, completely different, is You Are Fatally Invited by Andie Pliego, and I got this in one of my aardvark boxes not too long ago, and this is a thriller. And I think now one of our bonus points for Steelwatchers is an isolated setting, and this actually would fall in that because I think they all go to an island and people are being killed off and that kind of thing. So I always love that. I love a thriller. So, but two completely different books, but I think both of them are fairly easy reads. So yeah, so we get those two. Then the next one is books that are set in a large city. First and foremost is the second book in the Windy City series by Liz Tomforde, and it's The Right Move. I read the first one, loved the first one, so I, really want to get into this one. I think this one is Ryan's book. Yes, so Ryan is the sister of the main female character from the first book, is the brother. So he's the brother, and he's a basketball star. I think it's basketball. Is it basketball? NBA. Yeah. I don't know. Because they're all different sports teams in the series. So anyway, I really liked Ryan. So I'm very much looking forward to reading Ryan's book. But the other one I picked, which might be a little crazy, but completely different again, is The City of Gods and Monsters. I really want to read this book, like so bad. This is an urban setting, definitely city setting. It is a urban fantasy, which is my jam. Love urban fantasy. But this is like, what is it? Is it 700 pages? So it's a really, really long book. But I may do it. So, and I've tried to, I do have a lot of long books in here, but they're in different spots. So I think I could get to them without too much trouble. But I really want to read this. So this one's first. This is kind of secondary, but I don't know about it. So that was why I put it secondary. Anyway, so that's my two that are from Big City. So then we have books with a violent word in them. So the first one I picked, which I think is kind of obvious, this again is another grimdark fantasy. Apparently has quite a bit of violence in it, that sort of thing. Lots of fighting and war. It's called Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, and I've had this one on my TBR for a little while. So, and I've really wanted to read it for quite some time. So there's that one, but the secondary one is the second book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, and this is Carl's Doomsday scenario. So it's a violent word, but different kind of violent word, but I think it still fits, right? One of the prompts is an over-the-top cover. And I mean, I almost put this one in because this is an over-the-top cover. Like, really an over-the-top cover. So I almost put this one in there. Probably should have, but it's okay. Anyway, I loved it. I can't. So I may not read this. I may read this instead because I really want to read it. This is shorter. So we shall see. I don't know. Whichever one calls to me. Whichever one calls my name. Oh, I can't wait to read. I mean, I really want to read both of them. And Rage of Dragons is on my Buzzword Challenge, but it is in the fall that I have that one on my Buzzword Challenge, so it's not as much a priority to read. And I would really like to get to the Dungeon Crawler Carl one. Once I read the first one, it's like, oh, you just want to get on and read the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. So then we have Celestial or Godly Word. So what I have is I have When the Moon Hatched and I have Heavenbreaker. I tried When the Moon Hatched quite some time last year. DNF'd it. I had it on as an ebook. Just couldn't read it as an ebook. And somebody suggested that I might find it easier to read because I do typically find books easier to ingest and follow and understand if I have the paperback in my hand. So I bought the paperback. Now, having said that, it's quite a long book. I think it looks thicker than what it is, 600 pages. But this, of course, is not as long. So this is just over 300. I think it's about 350. So I might read this instead. It depends on how it's going. It depends on where this is in the relation to how the team is doing and where we're situated. And if I've gotten through everything else by the time we get to this, I mean, for all I know, this could be the first prompt. We just don't know that. So those are the two that I picked for that. Okay. Then the next one is short books. So this one is one where I have a ton of options by ebook, tons of options by ebooks, because a lot of the cozy mysteries that I read are on ebook and they're really short and I can like zip through them like they're nothing. But what I thought I'd do is put two that I had that were in print. So one is a series by Anna Hackett, and it is the Fury Brothers series. This is 5 brothers. Well, they're 5 foster brothers technically, and it's based in New Orleans. And I have been wanting to continue on. This is the 4th book in the series, and I do have another one after this one. So technically, I might potentially add on the other one after this one, but we will see because it's short. And this one is the 3rd book in the Campers and Criminals Cozy Mystery series. Absolutely love this series. And each book is like just, 150 to maybe 180 pages on average, the books are. So I think this one is one of the really short ones. I think it's only like, 150 pages. So super short. So I've put them both on, and there is a good chance that I could read both in the challenge and get some extra points. So we shall see. Love short books for that purpose. Like for these reading challenges, the short books are fantastic and I love them. Okay, so then the next one is an over-the-top cover. So I've picked a couple for different reasons. One, which is my first choice and which I probably will read for sure, is the 3rd book in the Expanse series, which is Abaddon's Gate by James S. A. Corey. I have loved the first 2 books, so been dying to get to the 3rd one. This one is also on my must reads for 2025, so it would be another book that I would get to. So I did pick this one for that reason, and I do think all their covers to me are like completely over the top and crazy. The text, the pictures, everything. So that's why I love this one. That was why I picked it. And then the other one is the 1st book in the Plated Prisoner series. And I actually I think this is totally over the top. It's a gold cage and like there's flames coming out of it. And I just think it's like kind of a crazy cover. I love the cover. Like I actually love both covers, but I think they're both kind of a little over the top a bit, but I still love them both. Now, so this is the 1st book in the series, and it is not a really super long one, but this is almost 600 pages, I think. Most of them usually are. Well, this one's not too bad. This one's about 525. So I could potentially read both, potentially. So we shall see how it goes. But those are my 2 choices for that. And then the last prompt is chilling cover or winter setting. So I kind of went with sort of both, okay? So for the chilling cover, I went with the 1st book in the Mistborn series, which is The Final Empire. And I thought this is a chilling cover. It has that kind of cold feel to it. Not necessarily winter, but definitely chilling. And it's interesting because there is the other cover that I have seen, which is warm, completely different from this cover. This is the 3-book set. So, do like that. Then the other one I picked is completely different. It's definitely a winter setting, and this is Beartown, and this is about hockey. Something happens, something bad happens, and from what I've heard, it is a very emotional read, but I have been wanting to read this for some time. This one's not a long one. This one is a long one. This is actually like even how it's formatted inside, it's like the text is really crammed. It looks super crammed. Whereas this one, it's like not super crammed, when you tell the truth. Anyways, we shall see. But I thought those were 2 perfect choices for that. So those are my 20 choices. And out of those 20, 10 will absolutely get read. to fit the prompts as soon as they come up. So hopefully, you know, we can hammer our way through them. That's why a lot of the choices I've kind of gone with sometimes a thick book, sometimes a not so thick book. So, you know, when we're doing these readathons, you want something that you can latch onto right away. And there are a few books that I don't know if I can do that, and some that I know that I can. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck on that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into doing our random choices for extras to have available in case we don't want to read any of these, because that is possible, or if we want extras to fill in between to get extra points. So let's do that next. Okay, so what we have behind me here are 47 books. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Siri choose our books from 1 to 47. And then as we pick books out, we'll decrease the number. So how we're going to do it is we're going to go here, 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 here. So that way we get the ones going across and down, and it's kind of an even pick. Okay, so we're going to start with our first choice. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 47.
A random number between 1 and 47 is 29.
Okay, so first one, 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 29. Okay, so first one chosen. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pick them really quick, and then we'll just kind of go over them in a quick summary at the end. So that's the first one. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 46.
A random number between 1 and 46 is 27.
27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27. Okay. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 45.
A random number between 1 and 45 is 43.
Well, that makes it easy. We'll just do a count up. So 45, 44, 43. Okay. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 44.
A random number between 1 and 44 is 12.
12. Makes it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Is this one? That's a good one. Okay. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 43.
A random number between 1 and 43 is 19.
19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19. All right, so next one. Just had to do straighten out the shelves because I had a bit of a collapse happen. Well, we fixed it all. Okay, so that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we've got 5 so far. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 42.
A random number between 1 and 42 is 29.
29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 29. Oh, that's a good one too. Okay. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 42.
A random number between 1 and 42 is 20.
20. That took me a while, but we got that one down. All right. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 40.
A random number between 1 and 40 is 32.
32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, a good one. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 39.
A random number between 1 and 39 is 5.
Oh, nice. Make it easy for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, okay, that's an interesting one. That's a long one. I don't know about that one. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 38.
A random number between 1 and 38 is 34.
Okay, we can go backwards. 38, 37, 36, 35, 34. Ah, well, that's a good one. Okay. Assassin's Blade. Very good. Okay, so we have 10 so far. We only need 5 more. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 37.
A random number between 1 and 37 is 9.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, The Women by Kristen Hanna. So that's a good choice. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 36.
A random number between 1 and 36 is 17.
17. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 35.
A random number between 1 and 35 is 33.
Okay. 35, 34, 33. Keep picking all these ones that are like in the bottom of the pile. I don't have any from the tops of the piles. Another good one. Another short one. I like these short ones. They're a good choice. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 33.
A random number between 1 and 33 is 32.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that would be this one right here. Oh, okay. One last one left. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 32.
A random number between 1 and 32 is 21.
21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. That's our last choice. Okay, so let's go over these 15 choices. All right. First one we pulled is Monsoon Rising. This is the second book in the After Hurricane Wars. I read Hurricane Wars. It was kind of so-so, but I had already pre-ordered this book and had it on hand. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's pop it in there because I really just want to get it read. Depending on how this goes, we shall see. Wasn't a huge fan of the first one. Okay, next one is one that I've been wanting to read for a while, which I got from Book of the Month, is Phantasma by Kayla Smith. And it is a fantasy romance. And I know that I also think I got the second book. I think I have the second book, which was also from Book of the Month. So when I get the first one read, this is quite a chunky book. You know, it has quite a few pages, but we shall see. It might be a good choice for substituting in, particularly in the romance category. Then we have Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. I've been wanting to read this one for quite some time. And yeah, so I grabbed it from Book Outlet at one point when it was on sale. So I thought, well, might as well grab this one. Okay, so that was that one. This is the second book in the Trent County murder series by Karen Slaughter. This is Kiss Cut. I read the first one, it's just Blindsided. Absolutely Friggin' loved it. These particular formats are from Blackwell's in the UK, because the formats for the ones that are here are like the thin, narrow ones. They're really awful to read. Um, so I grabbed this one from Blackwell's, and I figured once I read this one, then I would grab the next one. And I think there's 6 books in totals in the first part of the series. Then it moves on into the next part of the series. So this is first half. So would like to read that. And then we have Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. And this is just one of those ones that I grabbed it because I like the movie and I thought I'd enjoy reading this. And this isn't a long book, 300 pages, so pretty quick to get through. Okay, then we have Fearless. This is one that I've been meaning to read, something from M.W. Craven, because it was recommended as a thriller author. Haven't tried this author before, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And I picked up a couple of different books that are the beginnings of different series written by them. So yeah, we'll give this one a try. It's a good one. The next one is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I quite like Lucy Foley's writing. Have not read this, so I thought, you know what, give it a try. And this is actually pretty short, 300 pages. So another quick one to get through. I always like the quick ones. And then we have the Thursday Murder Club. So I think this is kind of a cozy mystery type. And I think, if I am not mistaken, that the Thursday Murder Club is actually a group of older women, I think. I might be thinking of another one, but anyway, I thought I would give this one a go. I think I have more than one here of it, but this is the first one in the series, so definitely want to read that. And the next one we pulled is Empire of the Vampire. I have this one and I have the next one. I think there are 3. I think another one just came out, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure this is the first one in the series, is Empire of the Vampire. So, because I do have the other book, but I'll make sure this is the first one and that I'm reading the correct one. Because that would be really stupid, wouldn't it? And then this one's Assassin Blade by Sarah J. Maas, which is the first book in the Throne of Glass series. Now, there's some argument on where you read this one, and I decided I wanted to read it first. Based on all of the people that I've listened to talk about it, I want to read this one first. So I'll put this one up, and this is, not too long, 400 pages, and I find most of her books are pretty quick read. So looking forward to potentially reading that one. And then we have The Women by Kristen Hanna. Now, obviously, this is women's literature, and, pretty deep, I think. I think it's about women in, is it Vietnam, or they come home after a war of some type? Yeah, they're veterans. Anyways, love the sound of it. Would really like to read it. So that is a potential. Then we have the Village Library Demon Hunting Society. So this is, again, another sort of cozy mystery one. And I like my cozy mystery. The cozy mysteries read super, super, super fast for me. I can get through them like in a blink. So that's why I would really love to read that. But I like having a few of those as options that aren't ebooks, because sure, I love my ebooks, but I also like to have them in print. I just find I love reading them that way. And this is another one. This is just about 260 pages, so super quick, is the Marlowe Murder Club. And this is These Ladies Take Death Seriously. Now, these ladies, I think, are a bunch of, is it older assassins, or I don't know, or do they solve the murder? To solve an impossible murder, you need an impossible hero. 77 years old. I love that. Anyway, probably because, well, I'm a little ways off from that, but not far off. So then we have Where He Can't Find You by Darcy Coates. And this is another one that I've been wanting to read for a while. Now, I read The Ghost Camera. It was okay. It was a bunch of short stories. I'm not a short story person. I mean, sure, if the book is short and it's like 150 pages, 206, but I'm not somebody who's going to read like 20 to 50 page short story. Not a fan of them. So they really have to grab me. And I thought that they were okay. Like it was real middle of the road for me. So I'm hoping this one, because this one is, I think the whole book is the same murder, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure the whole book is one story. So as long as that's the case, then I'm good with it. So we shall see. And then we have Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. They're dying for an escape. So I think, I don't know, can't even remember what this was about, but one island, 6 visitors, countless secrets. That's what it says on the inside. So sounds good and not too long. So another great option. Okay, so that's my TBR. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now, I'm not going to read all of those. That's a given, okay? But you have been given the priority. I'm going to put it up again one more time for you. So there is the 10 main books and then 10 additional books. So that's my main 20. And then we have the 15, which are obviously not up there, but 15 secondary books. And those books will either fill in or add to wherever I feel I can fit in one of them. Now, some of them I might swap for some of the main ones and swap out some. I just like to have lots of options. And I think this actually does give me a ton of options. So fingers crossed I can get through all of that. I'm hoping. I'm also hoping that the mic worked on this video, because if it didn't, I'm going to kill myself, because I'm going to have to do it all over again. But I'm not going to do the picking all over again, because that would just be crazy, wouldn't it? Anyway, yeah, so we're done. And the next video that I'm going to do will be my final May reading wrap up. And for the first part of May, I had about 15 books. So I'm expecting the second half of May to be minimum 10. Could be close to 15, but may not be quite as many. We shall see. And yeah, that's it for now. Call me crazy, because I am crazy. I think I'm going to have a very relaxing July and August, because I am not participating in any readathons at all. And then come the fall, we shall see. Maybe, maybe not. All right, I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you in the next video.